You're live. You're live.
Hey, hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge.
Howdy.
Yay! I'm just gonna double check that
That was
I can
that was
see
really
us.
astute.
But
Pardon me.
don't call yourself astute. You're not astute.
I'm a student of something anyway. Mm. Yeah, very.
Oh my
Very,
God!
look at that. Already dropped it.
Welcome everyone
Hello,
to
hello.
our new platform.
Let me
Yay.
actually change. What quality is this 720? Why is it look too pretty?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Back to StreamYard.
Let me see if I'm going to force this thing to be 720. And there we go. And we're already on the Facebook, are we?
We are.
We are. There we are. Oh, hey.
Hello.
Excellent.
Let's see. Hi, Peter, and hi, John.
Hello. Back to
Yes, you can see the comments here.
Oh, that's excellent.
We're just, it's like a new toy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we changed platforms.
So it's a different toy, and this works a little
Yay.
different. We're actually using a different camera. It probably looks slightly different to you. It looks really
Hi, Elizabeth.
good.
Thank you.
Natively, it looks really good. It looks a little soft on the
Oh,
platform.
Alan and Elizabeth. Thank
yeah,
you.
Very good. And how do we sound? Because we actually have
Hi,
a
Mom.
different. We have an outboard microphone. It's a very good microphone.
Hi, Terry. Thanks for watching.
And I want to make sure that we don't get lost and stuff like that. So I'm glad to take the. Oh yes, she did.
Yes, she did. She did, John.
Very funny. I'm glad to take the advice about how things sound coming through this.
Hi, Scott. Thank you.
New to us, we have no idea. This should be fine, but normally that microphone is like right here when we're doing a broadcast.
Thank you, Julie.
So it's different, right? Yeah, yeah. Or when we're recording. Oh, sounds good. Excellent. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Normally when we do a broadcast, the microphone's on top of the camera. Well, this is an outboard. That microphone would be right here if we were recording things, like for an episode. So we're using the same mic that we've done for other things. We've just never done it in a live setting. There we
Gettysburg, ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy Wednesday, everyone.
I and many other people used to say happy hump day, and it's like, yeah, people's hump day is wherever these days. Maybe every day is like every other. It's
hi, Ken.
It's all been shaken up, of course.
Ken says you put
we're still kind of
in platform.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shall we say
God.
platform? And away we go. And perhaps hashtag.
Hi, Joe. Good to see you.
Maybe we have achieved those kind of things. Hello, Joe.
Mikhail, good to see you. You know, it's so funny. I don't have to keep going back and forth. Like, all of your comments are coming in together, both YouTube and Facebook.
It's kind of like sucking.
Hi, Johnny. Aloha.
Now, how do I tell who's who from here?
You can see it says
they got there's an icon. Okay.
They have a little icon by them.
John's on Facebook, Ken's on YouTube. Got it.
Yep.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's fun.
Oh
if you were here, you'd be able to see that too. Obviously, if you're missing comments,
hi, Lisa.
It's the other platform. Now, remember, any of you out there can always just like go live onto the other platform and watch us there and check those comments too.
Yeah, so you can see.
Nothing wrong with that.
You can see like the different. He wasn't here when I did my test broadcast yesterday, so I'm showing him all of the fun.
All the gewgaws.
All the gewgaws.
All the gewgaws.
I love a good gewgaw.
And if you're actually watching on one of those smart TV things, not so smart in my opinion, then obviously you can't comment at all. So I'll whip out your pad or your phone or something and log in to one of these things directly. And that's how you do it there. You'll just be on two platforms at once. And so what? You know what? Views of you and more views for us is good for us.
Yes, Gettysburg, ma'am. So far, I'm thrilled. So far, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I didn't even know until I tried it yesterday. And they're not paying me. Believe me, they're not paying me. But I did not know until yesterday how depressed I was by our old platform. Oh, thank you, Julie.
You know how depressed I was? If you hand me that bottle of tequila.
I certainly can.
Yeah. Take a nap. Always stand and talk about it. I have something.
I might just go ahead and make a drink.
Infusing in back of us, and the truth is that the longer it infuses, the better off. And
don't count that. I'm going to make a drink.
I will make a drink, she says.
Let's not delay any longer, shall we?
A little reposado.
We've been live for 4 minutes, and I haven't made a drink.
To these things. Yeah, normally I'm like, for 20 minutes, right? I still haven't. But I always like to let the lady
the old lady.
Have the first shake, and there we go.
Hi,
So
Keith. Good to see
her
you.
sound is cutting out. Ooh, a little underwater. That's
Oh, that happened yesterday too.
weird.
Yeah, we have a mic plugged in this time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a real mic. It's a Rode
Let's
microphone. It's a
see.
very good
Let's
microphone.
see if
It's
we
what we
can.
use for recording all of our like program content.
The audio. Okay, it is the mic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
happening.
don't
I
know.
can
I don't
see it
know.
bouncing around. It's canceling echo. Maybe kill echo cancellation. I don't think that's really an issue.
All right, let's see if that's any better.
Yeah, we're trying settings here to see if things
Yeah, let us
actually
know
do.
if that's any better. Oh,
Cutting
okay.
out. Weird.
I got rid of echo cancellation, so let's see if that helps.
That would probably be like doing some digital manipulation to the sound, and if we
Oh, it's
were
better. Okay, great.
Oh,
Awesome.
better,
Thank you.
I like that. Better.
Better.
Yeah. Boom. So that's good. That would be something that would be trying
Thank
to
you, Keith.
get rid of noise, and if you don't really have noise, it's going to keep working. So it's probably good to kill that. We'll see what's what. You know what? Oh, thank you. Oh, no,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you. Not cutting out any longer. Okay, well, maybe we fixed it.
Better but softer. Okay.
Okay,
Well, we'll try one more thing. We're still actually getting used to. So one other thing I can try here is go to the preferences on this baby and check the sound. It's on the correct device, and actually it's cranked all the way up. It's all you get, John. Turn up your thingy. Turn up your monitor. Then maybe that's your problem.
I don't know.
So there we go. Better.
But just
Better.
no drama. The inevitable.
Less in the way of drama.
Well, no longer inevitable, but back before this, it was inevitable that there would be some drama. Like, will it work this week? Won't it work this
Will
week?
it? Won't it? I mean, we have actually been with that device and on that platform now for 3 years.
Yeah.
And in that time, we've had excellent results. What, nine broadcasts out of 10. It's only really within the past quarter that things really started to plot, and something's up.
I would say the last 6 months.
Maybe not 6 months, yeah, within that period. And something's up. It got better. We consulted with the platform. We got some advice that improved things. It got worse. It got better. And finally, we're just like, we can't improve this. And honestly, we weren't getting help from their staff. So you looked around.
Well, the last straw was Monday. I think it was yesterday when the guy, I just kept telling him, like, I'm going live and people can't see it. Because I did a bunch of tests that nobody saw with our old camera. And the guy finally said, like, well, there's nothing wrong with the camera. The problem must be on your end, with the stream. And then I tried the test stream yesterday. He's like, maybe you should do a speed test. And I'm like, I don't know. It worked on StreamYard, so I think the problem is
I think the actual upload speed is doing fine, dude. And there's the thing.
Yes, he did say plots, Ken.
Yes, plots.
Oh, Alan, thank you. Okay, great. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
when this
you.
thing, and I tell you, when this thing was tanking, the term exactly is plots, as a matter of fact. Absolutely.
All right, so.
And we got a big thumbs up about StreamYard from the viewers, so thank you.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's cool to know. Like, new tools to use. Now again, on the playback here, it is actually looking a little soft to me. Now that might just be the throttling from these.
It's because we're using a webcam, but.
Yeah, I mean it looks really great, like native, like from the StreamYard out live was awesome. And I think that this is just not actually.
Well, the
channeling
platforms
it
are going to
properly.
throttle it down a little bit,
Aren't they? Let's see what we're coming in at here. Settings says auto 720. Okay, well that's what we're broadcasting at right now. Apparently, if we pay more, we can do like full 1080.
Futzing with it.
Yeah, I'm just checking it out. That's all.
Yes. Okay.
Just checking it out.
Don't hover around.
Leaving.
Anything that's going to end the stream. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah. Don't
cross the streams.
Remember, don't pay the ferryman.
Okay.
Until he gets you to the other side.
All right. So I'm going to make something that thus far I'm calling Drinky One.
Yeah. We'll see how far you get with that. Tequila
we'll
sounded
see
like
what we decided to name it.
Sounded like a pretty good idea to start with, now didn't it?
Well, I'm trying something. So, Drinky One starts with 2 ounces of Reposado tequila.
Pretty good place to start, right?
And 1/3 of an ounce hazelnut liqueur. I'm positive we have another hazelnut, but I didn't have time to look for it. Somebody used the Frangelico.
The Frangelico.
We can get the cap off.
Incredibly hard to get off. I should have brought my tools, The
all right.
The multi-tool would have something to get that off with.
If you want
Yes.
can go back because I remember what's in this.
You got that?
Okay.
So
Hi, Errol.
Hey.
Okay,
Awesome.
1/3 of an ounce of your hazelnut liqueur.
Errol was busy cutting the cheese, and I was busy telling people how to use their tool. This is nothing filthy about this broadcast yet.
Not yet, but you know. And then, okay, here's the weird part. It'll taste fine no matter what it looks like. But
right now, it really doesn't look any different. Like that color of the Frangelico is the color of their Posada.
I'm going to try some blue curacao.
Some blue curacao. Ooh, curacao.
See what happens.
Bleu from Giffard.
Yes, this is a good. If you're looking for a blue curacao, I recommend. That's the quality.
There's the curacao blue, and there is the curacao from Curacao. Which
I'm going to use for my second round, but it's not blue.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so 1/3 of an ounce of this.
That curacao literally comes from Curacao. So.
Oh,
thank you, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hopefully, yes. If you are geared up and ready to go, all you need to do is wait for that little email that says tickets are on sale, and then hit that button repeatedly and crazily after 20 amphetamines. And then, once you get that, then you're good to go.
We're planning on being there.
We're planning on being there. So
3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice to offset the 2 liqueurs.
There you go. The color is awesome right now.
I know. Good. And then I'm going to do 5 dashes Fee Brothers toasted almond bitters.
Punching that almond flavor there, that nutty flavor.
Yes, we got two nuts.
A couple of
Maybe
nuts.
That's what I'll call it. 2 nuts.
2 nuts. It's too nutty.
And 2 blue nuts. 5 dashes.
We're really getting into territory here.
5 dashes orange bitters.
Orange bitters. Good place. Oh, and guess what made an intro and outro that you can load into this platform. Well, that's good to know. So that we could actually put that together.
That. I love to play with things. I've also been, over the last couple of days, I've created a website for our production company. I recreated my acting website.
Right.
And now I just need to make them live. But so my point was I like to play around with things.
She does like to use her tools.
I do like
properly.
Blue nuts.
2 blue nuts.
Oh, I hope they don't shut me down for that.
There you go.
I know about, Ken says, I'm so sorry. I know about 2 blue nuts. Oh, I didn't even plan that. All right. Oh, okay. Gettysburg Man used it for a friend's podcast. Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah. I might ask you about that.
Yeah. Be good to know the ins and outs of such things.
But I appreciate you letting me know. Thank you. Okay. All right, I'll take a glass, if you don't mind.
A cocktail glass?
Frozen glass.
A frozen glass that could potentially...
A chilled glass.
A chilled glass that could potentially make your cocktail taste 73% better.
If you can get it out of the freezer.
If you can get it out of there.
It's a prize if you can get it out of the freezer.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Oh, you know what? I might have handed that over to you too soon.
That's why I kept it.
Ah, thank you.
See? For your sidecar.
Got extra.
For the old sidecar.
Yay.
Move that just a little bit. But definitely. Now, 2 blue nuts or
Is that
2
two
blue drinks?
All right, Patreon patrons who are going to get these recipes later, is that too filthy of a name? Because if it is, I'll name it something else.
Do you think that your patrons are going to say, "Oh no, that's too dirty"?
I don't know.
You can't use that. Sorry. So far we don't have anybody from various churches joining this thing. Well, we have one member of a church joining it, but
thank you.
I think
I'll take you up on that.
I think there's a practicality there that you don't get with certain religions. So I think that'll be fine. Fine.
I love that.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with 2 blue nuts.
You get
2 blue drinks myself.
A real straight ahead sour, and then you're getting that nuttiness. You're getting the 2 nuts. There you go. The 2 nuts come right through.
I think most men would, Peter.
2 blue drinks.
Would prefer 2 blue drinks.
To 2 blue nuts, yes. Remember that if you have too many blue drinks, you may end up with 2 blue nuts. So.
I named it that.
So I guess it's time for me to get on with it.
Oh, Kelly, yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's really. I'm into it. Yes, you have one to make too. Well, I have another one to make after this.
Yes, you do. So anyway, I am starting myself with 2 ounces of reposado tequila. The difference is I decided to infuse this, and I really should have kept this. So, I'm going to go grab it and come right back. Boom.
Point well taken, Paul. Peter says.
Decided to infuse this. I haven't done this in a while with a pinch of the magic powder. Magic powder, of course,
The show is
is
getting risque.
the Bucharokia, the ghost chili powder. Wow. At one point, the hottest pepper in the world. Now it's been surpassed because some nuts in, I think, West Virginia have been breeding some crazy bleep stuff. And that's where you get the scorpion and what else was there? The
Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper. I mean, all of these, like,
which makes me think it might be Carolina. But
I think you're right. Yes. And so and then somebody's trying to up the ante on that. I'm like, this thing will burn your face off at 10 paces. This stuff here, which is actually milder, so to speak, is actually a weapon for the Indian Army. And you're telling me that you need to make it hotter. Okay, people are out of their dang minds. So anyway, this is from Kitsch-en's, who is a major source for us in New York City. If you're ever in New York and you want to visit the source of every spice known to creation, go to Kitsch-en's. So you found this on the shelf, and I think you actually sent me a message saying, should I buy this? I'm like, you're there, pick it up. So she did. And we have used this on a number of things. It's not like I sprinkle this on my my cornflakes. This stuff is serious. And I have done fun stuff before where I'll
goes a long way.
Basically make a martini and infuse a little bit of this and say, what do you got? And what you got is punch you in the gut every time you take a sip. Wow. So the first warning is, if you're sensitive at all to the hot stuff, watch it. I probably would stay away from this completely. If you flush at 1 grain of cayenne, you're not even going to be able to start with this stuff. Anyway, so 2 ounces.
I suddenly feel like I have to sneeze just from having that near me.
Yeah. You can definitely smell it. You get that, like, there's a round pepperness to that, and that's actually tickling my nose just to smell it.
Good point, Errol. Yes.
Bang. So 2 ounces of the infused tequila.
Yes.
Reposado, of course. That's a good place to start. We want to have the hot stuff. So I'm punching the hot stuff with a little bit of Ancho Reyes Verde. Ancho Reyes comes in Verde y Rojo, and they are both good. So they're both worth your time. I need a ½ ounce worth of this business, and I happen to have a great ½ ounce measure right here that makes your life a lot easier.
Well, Verde matches our outfits.
Hello. So,
Right. And you
I started thinking
want
about hot stuff, and I went with, I do need ½ ounce worth of the lemon juice or lime juice. We had lemons. I used them. Okay, so far I've got a pretty nice sour going on there that's got a real punch. And then I wanted to give it another flavor dimension. I hope this doesn't completely get lost in the heat of the passion fruit. This is the Giffard fruit.
Paul says, if you're going to offend us, you're going to have to work a lot harder. Oh, Gettysburg, man, got 3 inches of snow today. Oh, no, you got caught.
Bing. Oh, yuck.
Oh, my gosh. So
Yowza.
6 accidents. Oh, my gosh.
Jeebus,
well, I'm glad you didn't,
Jeebus.
Tank.
Yowza. Anyway,
Yeesh.
so you infused it. You added all the rest of the story. You want to throw this into some ice. And you want to shake it up and get delirious. Let's go.
We got snow. I don't think we got as much as we were meant to. But Monday, we went to this networking event in the morning, and when we were on our way, it's a ½ hour from here, and on the way there, it was wet. And we knew it was probably going to be snowing when we came home. And sure enough, it was. So the drive home was in snow, but
big fun.
We made it.
And strain your cocktail glass. Okay. This one itself has a bit of a sour
Yeah,
action.
are you...
And I'm going to add a twist.
Hi, Marcy. Good to see you.
Oh, so good to see you. So here's the twist. I got a nice and really hearty twist here.
I do
want
to try this.
Curl.
It's going to be hot, but I like...
There we go.
I usually like that.
Going to take a little off the top here because it's kind of full. A little full. Let us that.
I don't see steam coming out of your ears.
This is less of a punch than if I'd simply made like a martini type cocktail.
All right, let's...
Pardon me, though.
Uh-oh. Made him cough.
Man, I've still got the residue of like this cold one we caught last week that just really socked me in the jaw.
Did you tell Kelly about the hooker nor'easter? No, he didn't.
Hooker nor'easter.
Oh, 6 to 10 inches up there in New Hampshire, Mom says. Wow, and still coming down. Is it still coming down here?
It was minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah, a few minutes
well,
ago.
Maybe we will get
happening.
as much as we. I really like that.
Okay, you know what?
Hi, Laura.
That's
Good
actually.
to see you.
If I make this configuration and it's just like the liquor
Thank
and
you.
then make sort of a martini out of it, it's like, wow. Every sip
love
is like
that.
punch to the gut. You have to take it really slowly. This is more of a slow burn. And it actually feels really nice on the throat right now.
He did tell John. He did tell me about the drink. I didn't realize it was the hooker nor'easter.
Oh, yes, that's what the hell we were calling that.
Okay, yeah,
Because
he
of
did.
the
He
name
told
of
me
the
about
beer.
the drink, but he didn't tell me it was called the hooker.
The beer was
nor'easter.
notoriously the worst thing that people had tasted. Now, what is the full name of the beer, John? It was a spiced lager. It was a winter lager, much in the vein of the Sam Adams winter lager, but Adams, I think, is pretty well balanced. This one was like really heavy on the winter spices, so it did have a pretty heavy cinnamon kick. Now, there's also the fact that the assessment...
Hi, Bill.
The assessment for that being the worst beer ever was like more than 10 years old, and we're thinking it might have been reformulated since then. I don't know. Maybe somebody told them. So hard to say.
Bill's getting low 70s.
Low 70s. Ooh, sorry for you. What a shame. We've got low 30s over here.
It's all right. It's winter. I get
January.
it.
It's January. I'm not going to kvetch.
Oh, the beer was called the hooker nor'easter. Oh, okay.
Hooker
I thought you
nor'easter.
called the drink the hooker nor'easter.
I think we called that the improved hooker nor'easter because straight up, the stuff really did have like kind of a one-note thing going on. It had multiple spices clearly, but it was really getting a cinnamon punch, and it was making it slightly sweet.
Hi, Bobby.
And that had to be dialed back. So we actually combined that with probably about an ounce of liquor. I think I used whiskey, although you could easily have used tequila, and then a little bit of sour and some bitters, and that took it right back. Suddenly it was a drinkable product. So there you go. Kind of easy peasy.
The
Escort Nor'easter.
That's what you should call it.
Arancini. We were just hearing about arancini on the White Lotus.
Hi, Eric.
show.
Good to see you.
I don't know if everybody's watching the White Lotus season 2. We watched season 1.
We just finished.
I think last
we
year.
just finished season 2 last night of the White Lotus.
Yeah,
So
7 episodes, so they're pretty easy to blast through. They're the show is pretty sick. It's
No
just
spoilers.
it's all about like just terrible relationships and
No
people
spoilers.
people doing really bad things. But I'm not going to spoil anything. If you're interested, delve in. And I got to say that the characters all had like their issues, but interesting things happen. Really interesting things happen.
Gettysburg Ma'am says, "I'll never look at nor'easters the same."
All right. Well, if you can find the hooker nor'easter on your shelf at your local beer shop, or whatever actually passes for. Actually, in Pennsylvania, that would be.
Since I'm not using my phone to power the broadcast, I can see what the weather's doing.
You can check that out. In Pennsylvania, you've got state liquor stores, but they don't sell beer. And as I recall, if you want to get less than a case lot,
it's raining.
You got to go to a bar, which is just weird. All of these things. But we're familiar with that because Pennsylvania is pretty close to us, and we have been, and it's just like, I just want to buy a 6-pack. Oh, well.
Is it still like that, though? It was like that. I thought that they changed it.
It was like that about 10 years ago. So even that may be old information. Who knows?
Gettysburg Man could probably tell us.
It is distributed in PA.
Okay.
Connecticut, Massachusetts,
No, a few
Pennsylvania.
hooker nor'easters.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Working on our tans.
You know what? This is helping to calm down my throat because, like, what was it? A couple of days ago where I wake up in really early and it was just like, suddenly the cough was productive. And it was just like, hack.
We all needed to know that.
Yeah. So I had actually we had some suppressant pills and I take that and then I wake up just totally groggy. I'm like,
yeah, no.
Man, out of it. Things you got to do. Well, I've been trying to avoid this.
Oh, thank you. We're feeling much better. Gettysburg Ma'am's asking how we're feeling.
Definitely
much better.
Definitely happening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks today. I would say that I'm easily 93% of the way there.
Yeah.
It's still
That's
hard to
about right.
sing, but everything else is pretty much normal.
I was pretty froggy this morning, and the voice is still about half an octave lower than it normally would be. But we're doing our best over here, and hopefully it's not actually affecting the audio on the broadcast. I think we may have improved the underwater sounds.
I hope we did.
Very quickly. It's fun to have a different setup going on here. I got camera, I got microphone. We can change that up too.
Bobby says nor'easter in Wisconsin is 24 inches of snow, a 12-pack, and a brick of cheese.
Now you're talking.
I never believed. Well, I never thought about it, but when I was on tour in a show and we played a bunch of cities in Wisconsin, I'm like, Wisconsin really is all about cheese, isn't it?
It's all about the cheese, you know. Well, we got a lot of dairy cows and we make a lot of cheese.
New format. Kelly hair and an elephant. Super clear. I know. Paul keeps. I think it's because he's like not on the same
Axis
as axis. Meridian.
Let's see. If I'm back, I was back a little bit. Was that actually like kicking the focus?
I think
because
it
it's like
is.
an autofocus
I think
camera.
it is.
If I stand forward a bit, let's see how that goes. The hairs. I just watched the hair, so it might be a little frizzy too. Who knows? Funny. But anyway, so I'm enjoying this thing. I will say again,
have you named yours?
This stuff is not to be messed with. I use this advisedly. I used a really tiny amount, like that much of the pinky thumbnail kind of amount, and that is giving me plenty of heat. It's definitely burn, slow burn. Nice.
Laura, are you asking about these cocktails? This one I was calling Two Blue Nuts, and it's 2 ounces Reposado tequila. I can't say it without laughing because I'm secretly 12.
Yes, well, you know how it is.
1/3 of an ounce hazelnut liqueur, 1/3 of an ounce blue curacao, 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice, 5 dashes Fee Brothers toasted almond bitters, and 5 dashes orange bitters.
Good thing over here.
Hi, Stu. Good to see you.
This item, as yet unnamed, is hot.
Feeling much better, thank you.
Pretty good throat coat, I gotta say. And this was 2 ounces of Reposado tequila infused with a really tiny amount of the Butjolikia powder. That's ghost pepper for all of you. And then I put into that 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of the Entreas Verde, 1/4 ounce worth of the passion fruit.
Thank you, Laura.
Liqueur from Giffard. And that was it. Shake it up, get delirious, pour it into glass, add twist, and that's it. And by the way, I got a little bonus here so I can refill. That's always fun. Now,
mine is getting low already.
Oh, my.
I don't even know how that happens, except I'm just so
early.
relieved.
Giddy.
Well, let's drink.
Yeah, it's so giddy, so it's time to get giddy.
Man.
We got Columbo going on over here, and I'm watching Ross Martin's Wide Ties. This is pretty
Do we need
hilarious.
to block you so you can't
I kind of like. I'm just kind of fascinated with this.
Distracted
ties,
by TV.
And you know they're all polyester too.
Oh, Eric. Well, we appreciate you being here for as long as you can.
Anytime anybody can drop in for even a minute, it's fantastic to see you. And you're dropping comments, and these comments will stay. You can watch the rebroadcast.
John says, I love the B. Dylan Hollis vids.
Okay. Interesting.
What are the B. Dylan Hollis vids?
Just asking. I am quieter than you. Okay.
Rayon is fab. Aw.
Now, I'm slightly off axis for the microphone. So, but also I'm speaking a little lower too, and that may be affecting things.
Well, you know what we could
I simply need to project a little more.
Next time, we could put the mic on the C-stand and have it right over
mic on the C-stand on a boom, and it could be like right here. Let me see, like where would that be? Where's my frame line? We can get that down pretty.
Yeah, we don't have to have it down.
Yeah, we could get that down pretty close.
All right,
okay,
next time.
We can try that next time.
Next time.
I decided to put it on the same axis as the camera to see if this would be good, because it's really like pointing right at us. But we're trying things. And we have another microphone we can use too, which may be a little less directional, and that could help things. Because this is actually designed to reject a lot of noise, which is good.
Oh, I didn't even know that was his name. John. I know, yes, he's very funny. I didn't even know that was his name, but okay.
Pardon.
Audio's never good when you're sick. Yeah, Paul is a little
I am a little froggy still.
Froggy.
And that, of course, will actually take the normally basso profundo voice and send it
Hi,
down
Jennifer. Good to
another
see you.
half an octave. And that will actually start to affect clarity, of course.
Glad you could pop in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And big thumbs on the Columbo. We actually have the box set on that, which I recommend. And we've managed to go through all of them. I remember seeing a few of them, back in the day. That is now 45 years back in the day. In some cases, 50 years back in the day. In some cases, 50 plus years back in the day. And,
Paul needs another cocktail for the frog.
I'm doing well so far, but as soon as this is done, we will seem to go from there.
It's getting low. Hi, Joe.
Right on. Egyptian licorice mint tea, crown vanilla. Oh.
Warms the soul. That sounds good.
Yeah, that doesn't. And actually, and I tell you,
Paul could use a little reverb.
Yeah, add some effects. I'll get on the mic, my man, and into the old Fender Twin, and then we'll hear all about that.
Oh, perhaps, Stu, maybe that could happen one day.
Perhaps the Leslie
I think that would
speaker.
Be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer's got the DVDs.
Excellent. From a used bookstore.
We don't have Macmillan and Wife. I would love that. I love Macmillan and Wife.
You remember that intro from back in the day.
Columbo's generally better than Heart to Heart. Well,
you don't say.
You don't say.
You don't say. Well, Columbo was a movie of the week that was in rotation with 3 other shows. So
Eric, that sounds awful.
There are fewer of them out there. They're 90-minute episodes because it was filling a 2-hour slot.
Joe was obsessed with Columbo for a while.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Just one more thing. Exactly.
Well, we managed to go through the entire series and realizing that there was the original run.
I bet he would make a hot toddy.
I could do a hot toddy, yeah.
So I'm reading
There was the original run, and then there were a lot of sort of
mystery movie.
Further movies into the 90s, and as late as 2003 was the very last movie Columbo. That's when we moved in the house. So it was that was broadcast when we were here.
Jennifer watched Columbo with
amazing.
her mom back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
We used to watch it, and that was the only one my mother watched, as far as I know. I don't remember
Really?
Macmillan. I don't remember McLeod.
Oh, my parents watched all of them.
Heck, Ramsey. No, I didn't see any of
all
these
of
things.
them.
Yeah, amazing. McLeod, of course, was based on a Clint Eastwood movie, and I'm forgetting the name of it too. I gotta look it up.
Laura just watched Columbo last night.
Toddy.
Toady for the frog.
Toady for the frog.
There you go.
Well, feeling a little toady right now.
Macmillan and Wife. Was it Heck Ramsey?
Heck Ramsey was a replacement series. For one of them, and I forget which one was which.
Robbie, thank you. Oh,
hey,
well, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
I appreciate you dropping by.
Absolutely.
Aw, thank you. Nice.
Yeah. That's funny. Got a vote.
Oh, Kojak. I love
for
Kojak too, Peter.
Vote for Kojak. Kojak is great because it's got that gritty New York thing going about
Eric,
it.
that sounds awful.
And of course, you've got this leading man who is no nonsense, and he's like, "That's right, baby." It's pretty hilarious to watch Kojak. And I think his sidekick on there, his second banana on that show, was actually a really strong character. And that actor talks about years later, decades later, he's walking down the street, and people are like, "I remember you from Kojak, man." And he's like, "It's a good role."
Yeah. That's a good problem to have.
If you actually. Coogan's Bluff, thank you, Dean. That's exactly right.
And hi, Dean.
And hi, Dean. Yes, I was thinking about it. I could not possibly think of this title right now, but that was the one. It was Hick cop comes to New York to investigate a murder. Oh. And this is the whole setup with McLeod. So.
Yes. I didn't watch it, but he came to our school.
Who came to your school?
Who played him?
What? Which one? Columbo?
Tomo. What? I remember this.
Toma.
No.
From what show?
It was the show. I forget. The hell show was that?
Okay, we got to remember that before you look it up.
McLeod. Yep, McLeod. Yep. My parents loved McLeod because he was from Oklahoma. So. Macmillan and Wife. I liked Macmillan and Wife when she was coming down the off the plane. Was it a plane or a ship? No, I'm trying to remember.
Coming off the ship in a barrel.
Coming off the ship in a okay. I thought
that's
it's either a plane or a ship. Yeah.
Oh, and Joe's actually saying liked Heart to Heart. Small crush on Stephanie Powers. Well, it wouldn't be the
Yeah.
wouldn't be the first time. And I've actually heard about parents who had crush on the opposite sex too. And I'm trying to think of which show that was. It'll come to me, but yeah. So I'd like to watch that show because of and there you go. But
Tony Musante. Yes.
Toma.
Yeah, I feel like he came to and talked at our school, but I might be thinking about someone else though.
Funny. Could be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh my
Anything.
gosh. I just want to binge mystery movies all weekend.
No.
We need McMillan and Wife.
And of course we need a flashlight so we can do the mystery movie theme.
John says my dad had a crush on Diana Rigg.
Oh, yes, I
know,
have heard
well.
that. Who didn't?
I was going to say, I think a lot of people did.
Who did not have a crush on Mrs. Peel? But of course, she was Mrs. Peel. So, you could pine, but that's as far as you're going to go. Even Steed wasn't able to penetrate that veil.
Oh my gosh. Served with McMillan in the Navy. When his wife... Oh my gosh. It's McMillan and Wife. Oh, Errol, that's hilarious.
And
Joe says I wanted to be Diana Rigg. Exactly. Who didn't?
Seriously.
Who didn't?
Either that or Honey West. Take your pick.
Bill says I was in several films in the past. One with Brooke Shields. It was a pinball film. I kind of remember that.
Tilt. The name of the movie is Tilt.
Tilt.
Yeah. Not a big success, but that was the story with a lot of Brooke Shields films, and people were kind of blaming Brooke on I think her management was crocked.
Her management was her mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her management was crocked. Mom who had no clue.
Thank you.
And then eventually, I think the management went away, and then suddenly Brooke Shields is getting plays and things that are good, and I'm like, duh.
Stu says starting to rewatch Johnny Staccato.
Johnny Staccato.
Good one.
Oh, Staccato is extremely cool. And dig that theme, which is basically note for note, Sweet Smell of Success.
Oh, and,
Same composer.
And Eric's saying, what do you think of Ellery Queen? I love all those shows.
Oh, we used to watch that.
Ellery Queen, yeah.
Jim Hutton. I think that was one of his last roles because he had cancer. So
she was
died shortly thereafter.
The epitome of 60s cool. I assume we're talking about Diana Rigg.
Yes, yeah, Mrs. Peel was whoa, wow.
Tilt. Okay, people are remembering Tilt.
Because, of course, we remember that the Avengers started some 6 years earlier with a different gal sidekick, Kathy Gale, who, of course, is played by anybody? Somebody want to whip that on me?
Wait, which series?
Avengers, same series, same Steed, but a different gal. Different gal, second gal with the karate moves.
I've seen that.
So that gal's name was Kathy Gale, and who played Kathy? There we go. Thank you, Stu. Honor Blackman.
Yes.
And usually in black leather.
Hi, David. Good to see you.
Driving around in an E-Type Jaguar.
And
Whoa.
Ron. Hello, Ron.
Oh, man.
Ron and David have joined us. Yay.
So literally,
awesome.
pre-pussy galore. I said that on air. You had Kathy Gale.
I said two blue nuts, so you might as well say pussy galore.
I might as well say pussy galore. And, I didn't make it up.
We're getting shut down anyway. So.
Seriously, blame... I can't think of the term. Anyway, blame somebody else, not me. But point taken is there's actually a bunch of episodes that are available on video of the pre Mrs. Peel Avengers, and they're very cool. Yeah, it's a fun show.
Heart Beeps.
Heart Beeps.
I don't know that one.
Oh, Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a real late period Andy Kaufman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think he plays a robot.
Can you reach it?
A robot.
I got it.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. What a fantastic thing. Thank you, Dean, also. Absolutely. Honor was
Hi, Arcade.
Very cool.
Good to see you, Arcade. Thank you. We color coordinated.
Jill St. John, Susan St. James.
Oh, yes. And did you know that, a little bit of heart to dummy trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Powers took ballet with Natalie Wood and Jill St. John.
Oh, bang.
So, as she put it, they were all in some way married to Robert Wagner.
One way or
in
another.
their lives.
All right. Well, let's actually have some fun with TV crime shows.
All right. So, for my next drink, I'm doing a variation on the first one, which I called Two Blue Nuts. I'm going to call this one... I don't know yet. But it starts with 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. I'm going to wait for Paul to come back because...
You need to wrangle comments or something?
Well, no, but
No.
Wagner Wives. That would be a great show.
The Wagner Wives.
The Wagner Wives.
Wagner's Wives.
Oh, okay. Eric says, I was watching a YouTube film about the short-lived show Something Is Out There. Ooh. All right.
Hello.
I've heard of it. Now I just want to have a lost weekend and watch the mystery movies.
Yeah, seriously.
What? Are you coming back?
I am.
All right, I'm going to duck out and get the rum because he's not in a hurry to come back. So, 2 ounces dark Jamaican rum. Yeah, well, it's hard not to like Stephanie Powers, you know. She's so likable, which is why she got the part, I assume. She's very cool. I was reading a book about her relationship with William Holden and Robert Wagner's relationship with Natalie Wood and how she and Robert both kind of lost their partners right around the same time.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Because William Holden, of course, had an issue, and he died under curious circumstances, as I recall. Although I don't think there was any particular investigation of that.
Okay, so I'm going to do, again, 1/3 of an ounce of my hazelnut liqueur.
Good place to be.
So
After 2 ounces of dark Jamaican.
Yes. 1/3 of an ounce hazelnut. And instead of the blue curacao, I'm just going to use
Standard curacao.
curacao.
And the curacao you're going to use
Is
the genuine curacao liqueur.
from Curacao.
From Curacao. If you get this in the States, the exact same shaped bottle will say Curacao from Curacao. They're trying to remind you of where it comes from.
Our friend Mike
It's
brought
actually
us
Curacao.
this because he took a cruise to Curacao.
Which actually
And he
stopped
brought us
several
this.
places, and one of them was Curacao.
Yes.
So what do you
So I
know?
appreciate that.
And there was another bottle we got from him too, but this is the one we've been
Right.
using a lot.
You can,
So-
let's go back to StreamYard.
Okay. And there we
I
go.
got this from here on out.
Oh
So-
yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm.
A lot of China, yes. Yes.
You can't say that on the air. Well, we just did too, isn't it? Yeah. After 2 blue nuts, why not the big one? One big one.
Binging Columbo and working on a jigsaw puzzle sounds like a great weekend. Yes,
There you
it really does.
Damn.
That does sound like a great weekend to me.
Pop a huge bin of popcorn and
Okay.
like season it up. Pour yourself one big one, and away
Okay.
you go.
3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice.
Mhm. That's not a bad place to be.
There's a lot of sweet stuff in here, so you gotta balance
You're
it
trying to
out.
counteract that a bit. Otherwise,
this
it
is-
ends up too sweet.
This is supposed to be a variation on the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do, again, 5 dashes of the
Toasted
toasted
almond
almond bitters.
This is Fee Brothers. I don't know if anybody else makes an almond bitters. These are really good because they have like an almond extract taste about them, but they're not as sharp. Like actual almond extract is very heavy.
I'm going to do 5 dashes of Hella Mexican chocolate. I like the way you're just saying it along with me.
Hella Mexican chocolate. Yeah, I like these. The Hella is very good. There's also Fee Brothers Aztec chocolate bitters. That's very good.
And there's
It's got
also
a
the
slightly
bitter,
more burnt flavor.
what is it?
Kind of fun.
Bitter Truth.
Bitter Truth does the chocolate
Yes,
bitters.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some very good chocolate bitters on out there.
Get some ice.
We have not made chocolate bitters, although you recently made a spiced apple bitters.
Orange
That
and apple.
is excellent in an old-fashioned type of cocktail. Like
If
a
I do
really,
say so.
really simple cocktail. Throw the bitters in there, bang, makes it. And it would be a good thing with. I made sort of a whiskey punch when we had a few friends over in December, and they were saying, yeah, that made it. And then you made the orange bitters, which are excellent.
Eric,
Super
did you
good.
ever see the TV movie Special Bulletin? Not that I remember.
Was that the one that was basically intended to be like a live broadcast thing, like similar to? There were a million warnings during it.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it was like a War of the Worlds thing, where it was intended to be a news broadcast. And the news broadcast was like about some guy who, like, they were covering the footage where, like, some guy hijacks a nuke device
Oh, jeez.
in, I think, Baltimore or something.
Ice Cube blooper.
And then I think it goes off.
All
So-
the ice is like freezing together on the bucket.
Yep. Whoops. But
Is there another
if
glass
that's the
one?
one we're talking about, then I recall that. I remember seeing that at the time.
Oh, I did
I
not
remember
see
that being
but-
well done. And then there was like a movie in the period
you.
called The Day After, which I thought was like hokey. You know, it was supposed to be about like what happens when the bomb drops. Yeah, not that convincing.
I read a book not long ago.
Yes, that was the one. Okay, I
Oh,
remember that
okay.
being pretty cool. That was, and I remember like every 10 minutes in this damn thing, they were like, "This is only a broadcast." I'm like, "Well, you're really killing it for us guys." So.
All right. See. All right. Let me try my drink and then.
That's a
I'll
tape
say-
on that one. That's cool. That's cool.
I feel like when I just say I read a book recently and then the subject gets changed, it sounds like I never read books.
You read books. You read like a book a week, basically. You're
I
always
do read
reading.
a lot.
You're always reading a lot.
Oh,
of
this
things.
is good too. Oh.
I tend to read manuals myself.
Mm.
Here we go. So let's try this out.
Mm. Here comes a
Ooh.
VHS of that.
Excellent,
Wow.
excellent.
Okay, so
We were talking about like crime type cop shows,
This
and
is
I
good.
decided to pull a few albums just to have some fun here. Of course, everybody is familiar.
ooh, Stephanie Powers and McClintock. Okay.
Everybody's familiar with this baby right here, and if you don't own a copy, they're
Oh,
easily
geez.
found. This went through a million pressings. It has basically never gone out of print since 1958. So go get yourself a copy.
Wait, hold on.
Easy.
I got it. Eric says they only did the warning the second time they aired it.
Oh wow!
And John says I had to watch the day after as a homework assignment. Really?
Oh joy!
Oh, people were calling it. Oh my God, that's just like War of the Worlds, Eric.
Well, I guess they figured that part
Wow.
out.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw it the second time.
All right. Well, Paul's doing show and tell.
Show and tell. Now, the great thing about Peter Gunn is that this was so huge. This completely launched the whole idea of the television soundtrack, but also punched up movie soundtracks, I think. Like, sold a gazillion copies and launched the whole idea of, like, the cop show has to have a jazz soundtrack. So much so that Spike Jones parodied the whole concept on his album Omnibus. But it was also so popular that there had to be a sequel.
Yes.
More music from Peter Gunn.
You got to tilt it down.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
This
Otherwise, the light shines. on
It's
it.
equally cool. If you have the first one,
Hi, Dime. Good to see
hey,
you.
Dime. If you have the first one, get this one. You're gonna love it. I love the fact that it's living stereo because that really guarantees you like a very particular kind of sound.
Ken says the day after graphics were included in the Burlington High School 1984 yearbook.
Good grief,
I don't remember this at all, but
these things. The cool thing is that at some point RCA decided to reissue this on tape. And so here's the 8-track tape with both volumes of Peter Gunn, simply
label
calling
is so
itself
boring.
Music from Peter Gunn. Yeah, that's because originally this came with a
I was
slipcase.
going to say, I hope the sleeve was better looking.
There was a slipcase that actually had the graphics. That's long gone. But I was just
Aw.
playing this a week ago at Joe's place, and this just sounds fabulous. It's just like so cool. It's great music. It sounds great, and you're not believing that an 8-track sounds that good. Well, you have to have a good machine.
All right.
What else do we have here?
He brought a bunch of records.
Oh,
I'm going to be here for a while.
One good series actually spawns another, and that was Mr. Lucky. This is very cool. Unfortunately, the series was about a gambling ship, and that didn't play so well in certain parts of the country. So after a year or so, the production company had to tone it down, and then it became less interesting. But
Peter
anyway.
Bustin. Jennifer says I had Peter Gunn cassette. Yes.
Oh yeah, now you're talking.
John says, were any film soundtracks released in the 30s and 50s on 78?
Yes, there were some things that were
Oh,
done.
yeah, Mr. Lucky. That's a good one, right, Stu?
I think that you're not going to find much in the 30s that would be called an album, but the whole album concept did exist, and it was in fact like 6 78 strung together into what basically was like a photo album, and that's where you get the term album.
Laura, are you talking about McClintock? Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, I remember Stephanie Powers in Palm Springs Weekend. Speaking of the
yeah.
McDonough family,
Hello. Mhm.
Jennifer gave me a lovely little bag at Christmas that is a Palm Springs Weekend bag.
Palm
It's
Springs Weekend
Stephanie
bag.
Powers right there on it.
We actually have the soundtrack to that over there too.
Oh, love
Hello.
Ross Martin and Mr. Lucky. See, we
Yep.
brought it back.
That's
we
right.
brought this back to
Ross
the
Martin.
episode of Columbus. That's
I
on.
think Ross
Columbo,
actually
not
did.
Columbus.
He was featured on some
Columbo.
Peter Gunn episodes too. I recall him being like, "Pete, you got to help me." So, Art of Noise.
Yeah, I
actually
remember
was a
that
hit.
too. Yep.
Yep.
That was a big one.
Art of Noise was actually aping the fact that Dwayne Eddy did a version of Peter Gunn around 1959 that was a big hit, a really big hit, and it's very cool, very cool. Dwayne Eddy was extremely formative on all those guitar bands into the 60s. And like on like guitar rock in general. Yeah.
Quincy Jones did the theme to Ironside.
Oh, yeah. He did also the theme to Sanford and Son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, he did some cool stuff. He was well known for a long time as an arranger, and like if you listen to things that he did arrange, you're like, this guy really had it going on.
Yeah.
But as a composer, he did some pretty good stuff. He had some great solo records on A&M in the 60s and 70s that are worth checking out. There's a really cool one called Walking in Space, and does a version of the tune from Hair on there. That's great. It's really great.
Barney and Andy solved many crimes. They should have had a soundtrack, a jazz soundtrack. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. Steal my idea, because I'm not going to do it. But if someone put together like the most, I don't know, pithy clips from Andy Griffith's show to a jazz soundtrack.
I don't know, Ann. Get out. Andy.
That would be hilarious. Hi, Colonel Keg. Good to see you here.
Hilarious. Anyway, I think we also have Mr. Lucky on tape.
Oh.
On the big reel of tape, which sounds fabulous. Oh, so awesome. And
I'm going to share
but
this.
I do not have Peter Gunn on the big reels.
I'm going to share this with anyone who might want a soundtrack. Jennifer says, courtesy of Amazon Music, I have Peter Gunn playing in the background.
Hello. You can too, folks.
Another idea you can take. The theme to Taxi. That was Mike, what's his face, right?
No, it's not Mike Post. It was...
Oh, who am I thinking?
Bob somebody. He was on CTI
Oh,
records.
Mancini.
It was actually an existing theme
that
got appropriated. I got to think about like who that was, and it'll come to me in a second.
Taxi theme song. Hold on. Bob James.
Bob James. Yes.
All right.
There were like 4 albums, and I think
Bob
it's on,
James. John's right there. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I think it's on Bob James 3, which was originally on like CTI records. And it was just like a theme that he put together. I don't know what he called it originally, but it came appropriated for the theme of Taxi, and there you go.
Hold on, I gotta go back.
Yep.
Colonel Cake says, people call me
Coldumbo.
Colonel Dumbo.
Coldumbo.
Coldumbo.
And ma'am, just one more thing. So, still touring. Oh, that's awesome.
And hi, John.
Yes.
Bob James is still touring.
That's so cool.
Hi, Amy. Well, you're here now, so
Well,
good to see you.
Yeah, we're still rocking.
Hey,
we're still rocking.
We're still rocking.
And you're here, so there we go.
Exactly.
Boom, boom, boom. One more record. What else
Oh
do we
my
got
gosh.
here?
All right.
Oh yes, we got to talk to.
Hawaiian
Dun, 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 dun. This show does a fair amount of tropical themes from time to time. You might say, Tiki. Hawaiian Eye belongs in everybody's collection. It has been issued on CD for years now. You can certainly get it streaming. Blah blah blah. You can find the whole series out there as unauthorized copies. We might know somebody who has that. They're all taken from 16mm film. They're pretty good. But you can probably find select bits and pieces. So it ran for like 6 or 7 years, actually. It was actually a really long-running series.
Oh, St. Elsewhere.
Bob Conrad in that series. Yes, very cool.
Dave Grusin was St. Elsewhere.
Oh, Dave Grusin.
Mm.
Dave Grusin, we're going to see in a minute. Now, Warner Brothers had all of these shows.
Is he coming? Is he going to be here?
Around 1959. This is one of them. But they also, of course, had the first one of these. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You got to hold it up.
Yep. Tilt it down. There we go. Is that Kooky Burns in the middle? Yeah, it is.
We have hanging in our bedroom
the Roger Smith solo record.
I feel like you should be showing that, but you'd have to take it off the wall.
I think it's actually tacked down with like with double stick, so it's going to be hard to get off. Anyway, this is very cool, and the whole soundtrack is great. And in fact, at the end of the side one, they've got 77 Sunset Strip Cha Cha, because every soundtrack had to do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Very great, and all of these series had a soundtrack at the time. Warner Brothers was really heavily promoting their stars.
Look up "Nip It in the Butt" on YouTube.
Ah!
Okay, all right.
Now, the great thing about Mr. Lucky is it spawned a lot of like imitation records, including RCA also released Mr. Lucky by Richard Maltby. That's actually a really great record. I picked this up for probably $1 years ago, and I'm like, well, this is cool. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, you've got the imitation Peter Gunn's.
Oh,
Music
boy.
from Peter Gunn by somebody in his orchestra. Who did this anyway?
Someone posted that Lance Kerwin died. Oh,
Lance Kerwin? Oh, wow.
Remember James at 15? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was there was James at 15 and James at 16, I think. I think there were 2 series, as a matter of fact. Wow.
Barney saying "nip it in the butt." All right, I gotta look this up. All right, I will.
Lisa and Mother love listening to Mancini.
Yes.
I was just throwing some on earlier and the other day, and I will say that as far as if you just want some mood music, there is basically none better. Like Hank did it all. You really like he could do everything from like extremely weepy, stringy music with chorus to rock and roll.
Okay, probably everyone knew this, but just in case you didn't, did you know Mancini did the "What's Happening" theme?
Also did that too.
I love that he did that.
If you have that box set of 3 CDs from the 90s, I was instrumental in filling out the end of that box set. As a matter of fact.
Peter says I'm on the hunt for albums from Sid Dale. Oh, okay.
60 Spider-Man.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wow. I think I know the names.
We'll keep our eyes open, Peter.
Very cool. We'll see what we find. What else have I got? What other gems do we have
in here? He was born in Newport Beach. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, Marcy. Wow. Okay.
Laura's talking about Bert Kaempfert. Yeah. Bert was...
Only 62.
Jeebus.
Man.
Well, that's kind of young.
Oh.
Bert Kaempfert, we love too. His orchestra is fantastic, and I gotta feel like Bert was a bass player.
James at 15 in Salem's Lot.
You got that kind of walking bass that happens in his music a lot. It's like how Billy Vaughn records have saxophone because he was a sax player.
I love Surfside 6 still.
Mancini, Remington Steele. Hey, Ron, good to see you, man.
6. Yes.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So much goodness.
I remember having a discussion with Ron about those funny Columbia records that had this sort of like reissue printed on them back in the day, and all these weird things that they did. But Columbia was a major pressing plant. They would press records for a lot of specialty records, but were actually pressed at Columbia. It's like Capitol had capacity back in the '60s because you see a lot of records that are just like that's like a total Capitol number. I got one on Warner Brothers over there. That is a Capitol pressing pretty clearly.
Can I?
Pretty clean sounding too.
You mind?
Yeah, go on at all. Absolutely.
Keep the bar clear.
What else do we have here? Oh, how about the aforementioned
Girl from Uncle? There she is.
This is a great record.
Miss Stephanie Powers.
Great record, well worth your time. And there's also a CD on Film Score Monthly Records of Girl from Uncle. Because there's 3 different CD sets of Man from Uncle music on Film Score Monthly. You love Man from Uncle, you gotta get these CDs.
Alan 2, why is that name familiar to me?
Which one? Big one. Ellen 2. I don't know.
Why is that name familiar to me?
Whip it on us there.
Right,
I actually don't recognize that one.
Anything else?
I think that's actually the lot of it.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, that's all. That's all for now.
That's all?
That's all for
Those are all the records you brought?
Those are all the records that we
Wow,
own.
really? Okay.
Yeah, very good. We actually have
But
all these.
Look at those boots, too. You got to hold it up
Man.
so people can appreciate
Check
those
out the boots. The boots! Oh, I'm telling you.
The Girl from Uncle. Just saying.
Too cool. Girl from Uncle had her Man from Uncle, who, of course, was played by... Yes. Anyway, Noel Harrison.
Noel Harrison.
Yeah, I'll just whip that.
I wasn't gonna say.
Yep. But that's it. Yeah, and who also...
Oh, night, Jennifer.
Night. Thank you so much for stopping by. So cool. It's great to talk to you about Columbo and Gunn.
This was before Judge Judy. Like, why do I know Alan too?
Not a clue. Not a clue.
All right. Those boots were made for walking.
They seriously are.
Those boots were made for walking and...
Stomping and...
Spying in the Cold War era.
Kicking some butt over whoever was like dogging Uncle.
Made for spying in the Cold War era.
Oh, that's it. Your mother had a David McCallum.
David McCallum, yeah.
Man. Speaking of Man From, there are 2 Man From Uncle albums from the era, but there's a lot of like takeoff things.
I believe we have them on display over there.
We do, as a matter of fact. Yes. If you want to see them, I'll go get them. But they were very cool.
Yes, Robert Dresden.
Bob Dresden
and also Chips.
Yes.
Also Chips.
You see Bob Dresden's name on both series. And in between doing like various little pieces like that first like Exotica record that he did for Tops.
Oh, Laura says
back in
I
the
still
60s.
do. Oh, Kathy, hello. Good to see you. Say 77 Sunset Strip.
Dang. So Errol, yeah, like
oh my gosh.
He did the behind his back was something he picked up from somebody. The playing it with his teeth, I believe he picked up from. There was an R&B guitarist who he definitely. Lightning Slim. No, I'm getting the name wrong. There was somebody who was like really well known who he completely picked up those tricks from, because he would actually he learned to play by just listening to records. He got a guitar when he was like 12 or something, and he was in not an abusive household, like he didn't get it a lot, but apparently his parents fought a lot, and he used to hide in the closet. And his dad buys him a guitar, and then he spends all his time playing guitar. So that's what he did, from there on in until he dies, is like he was just constantly with the guitar. So that's why he was always in the studio and always playing. It's like the only place he found comfort, I think. Well, it's good that we got a lot of this available. And I was listening to the radio this morning, and what was playing on that show about 9 a.m. was like the Jimi Hendrix Experience live in Santa Monica in 1969, playing a little song called Tax Free. Fantastic.
I'm saying,
great
and
version.
he was left-handed and strung his guitar backwards, from what I've heard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
When we talk about famous like loud guitarists of the 60s who really defined the genre, we talk about like left-handed guitarists who played a Strat upside down, who played through a lot of effects and played really loud through Fender Electronics. And I'm thinking, who are you talking about? And it's like, Jimi Hendrix?
Pardon me.
Or Dick Dale. I'm like, yeah, take your pick. And I think Hendrix picked up a lot of cues from Dick Dale. Certainly. Like, that very loud, very aggressive style definitely did. And Dale was always talking to Leo Fender, make it louder, make it louder.
Good night, Stu. Thank you for dropping by.
Thanks, Stu. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Cookie, let me your gum.
Yep.
Didn't we find out recently that Cookie Monster, speaking of Cookie, has a name?
Yes, speaking of cookies.
Speaking of
cookies.
Oh,
cookies or cookies.
Take your pick.
I did not know until last week that Cookie Monster has a name.
His name is?
Did you know this?
Yeah.
Sid.
Ha! Hilarious.
And I want to know, is his last name Monster? Is he Sid Cookie Monster? Is he Sid Monster? Or just completely some other last name?
Who knows?
Do not know.
I cannot tell you, Captain.
What are you having?
A very large chunk of ice.
Yeah, there's a big iceberg in there.
What are we going to do with this? Anyway, I'm going to dig it out.
You got to go in the kitchen and break it up.
Yeah, bust it.
Oh, good night, Joe. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you so much for dropping by.
Hey.
Fantastic. I really, really appreciate that. All right, fill your glass with ice.
All right, what are we making here?
We're making something that I found, pardon me, in that little book, what was that? There was a little Myers book that we have. One of those little promo books. And they were calling it a Myers Collins. Sounds like a Planter's Punch, but hey, let's make it easy. So we're going to go with a little bit of lemon.
I called it something I found in that little book.
Something I found in that little book over there.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, ½ ounce worth of lemon.
Okay.
Myers would probably have you squeeze the lime and toss it in. So I will actually.
I feel like Myers would probably have you use, like the fake lime.
And I'm going to squeeze the peel. Put that in there. Okay. We need some sweet. And do I have something fun over there?
What color would you like your drink to be?
Yeah, good point. Exactly. What color would you like your drink to be? I tell you what. I'll take the passion. That's not a bad place to be with a Planter's Punch kind of thing. I don't think a Planter's Punch has to have all this junk.
What were we watching last night that were there, or a couple of nights? Hi, Pepper Tree. Good to see you. Yay.
Fantastic to see you stopping by.
Oh, a tribute to Zappa and his Yellow Snow song. What a good idea, Laura.
There you go.
I love that idea.
I believe the actual name of that song, John can corroborate this, is Nanook Rubs It.
What was Mr. Snuffleupagus' first name? I do not know. Oh, and the Bob McFadden song about the mummy. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had that. I've heard that a number of times on the kids' show, on their Double Dip Creep Fest.
I get it.
And it's just Bob McFadden and some guy telling it, and he's just like, I'm a mummy, I scare people. Which was covered by, dig this, The Fall.
Oh my gosh.
The Fall. And they do it to put it straight up, too.
I feel like the members of Dr. Benstock need to be here for this. Lisa says, I recently bought a record player, which they are not made like the older players, but I need to find vintage albums to collect again. Okay, so Paul and John, are you still here, John? You gotta
Hello.
talk about Dr. Benstock. All right. I love the Zappa tribute idea. Oh
Oh,
my
it's
gosh.
fantastic.
Oh,
Well,
Pepper Tree says we've been reorganizing our studio office today. Oh,
excellent.
new
New ring
desk,
light.
new ring light. Oh, good for you.
Ka-ching.
That's awesome.
Oh, and Lisa and Errol listen to Jimi Hendrix quite a bit.
Oh, the title was "Don't Eat Yellow Snow."
Funny. Aloysius is Mr. Snuffleupagus. Aloysius Snuffleupagus.
I did not know that.
Hilarious.
Oh my
The
gosh.
things you don't know.
Oh, Pepper Tree, so far so good on StreamYard. We
Yeah.
had a little issue with the mic, but we solved
adjusted.
it. So
I believe
okay.
I am audible.
I'm so happy.
We're all audible. It's all good. Now, scrolling back up, so let's see how. I gotta go back this way. Here we go.
Wait,
I'm just trying to see.
are we missing people? If I missed you, I'm so sorry.
So Lisa, you're saying you bought a new record player, and you need to find vintage albums to collect again. Okay. Well, if you bought one of those things that says Crosley or something, bear in mind they're a little hard on records. So frankly, you can find some kind of chewed up records, and it's not going to matter too much. I think there are other new players out there that are perfectly fine. Like Audio Technica makes a machine that is completely a clone of that Technics DJ table.
Oh,
I forget what
Pepper Tree.
AT calls it, like a 120 or something like that. And that's actually a good machine, and it will not beat up your records because you can adjust it properly.
Watch out where the Huskies go.
Yeah, seriously.
Eric says, I've been fixated on the Frank Zappa song, The Muffin Man. See, he's the one who, like, kind of introduced me to Frank Zappa, so, yeah.
Oh, I got you a bunch of good Frank, as a matter of fact, because I've been collecting for years, as has John, as a matter of fact. And the Muffin Man was actually that's a rotating concept with Frank. He got hung up on an idea, and he would keep doing it. But that first appears, I believe, on that live record called Bongo Fury with Captain Beefheart. And he has this whole like routine about the muffins, and it's so stupid that like he makes himself crack up. But then he goes into this whole business about the Muffin Man.
Oh, Ron says, I recently bought a Technics SL1200 MK2.
Oh, yeah. That is what I'm talking about. That's the standard DJ table.
Oh, and
all the DJs
Dime
use this
says,
thing.
my favorite Zappa is either Peaches in Regalia or Dirty Love.
Give me
depending on my
some
mood.
Dirty Love. Dirty Love from Apostrophe, am I not mistaken? Or is that from Overnight Sensation? It's one of those has Dirty Love. Because I've got both of those in CD4 quad, and they're pretty cool. You got to hear these things. But definitely. And 1200 is a great machine to have. It's really, really solid machine. You can basically throw it off a truck.
Laura, we bought a, this isn't new, but we have one that's portable that I think is pretty good. It's the one that people take to record shows to play records.
Here's the thing. You see a lot of those these days that are...
Overnight Sensation, Johnson.
Overnight, thank you.
Okay.
They...
Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. Yay.
Thank you. Fantastic. For blustery Carolina. Well, we had a lot of bluster here today, so I hear you. But definitely. There are a number of those sort of like suitcase style players out there.
Oh.
Many of them these days are made by who is calling themselves Crosley. This has no relation to the old radio company. And the original editions of these were really not great machines for records. They track a little heavy. But I think the newest versions of them have a better cartridge and are also designed to have better bass response and everything. They're probably okay. You can also find a 60s player by like Voice of Music and get it reconditioned and it'll run forever.
Another vote for, Dime says, I have two 1200s. Love them. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
David says, trivia. Do you know what was the first beer to come in a can?
Utica Club. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. It was the first beer served after Prohibition. And it may or may not have been that, but I think it was actually, I think it was a New York brewed beer. Might have been Rheingold. Might have well been Rheingold coming to can. We'll see what's what. What the heck. Anyway, yeah, the 1200 is, if you're looking for a table forever, like I just want to like invest good money in an excellent table and it will never die. But that is also a really great, a very sturdy table that won't take any nonsense.
I'm so sorry if I'm missing your comment.
Is the killer.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night traumatized that I missed your comments.
I will
so
take
I'm sorry.
that dark rum, please. Anyway, I didn't even finish my thingy over here. This was calling itself a Myers Collins, but frankly, it just sounds like.
Okay, wait. So hold on. So far, you've got a half ounce lemon juice. Anything else?
Yes, I had a half ounce of the passion.
Okay.
Passion fruit syrup. You could use just simple syrup, that works. I decided to throw some flavor in it. I threw some peel in there. Not Mrs. Peel, but a lemon peel. We were talking about Mrs. Peel. Just
Right.
2 ounces worth of the Myers. Now this is actually growing low. Wah, except we have two more bottles out there, so we stocked
All
up.
right.
Dang it.
So you got the lemon juice, the fruit dill scone, and the
This is dark Jamaican.
dark Jamaican rum.
Grab a straw, give it a stir.
Okay.
And if I'm smart, I actually do have some, yes, club soda. Top with.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it wasn't there and he was not smart?
Thank you very much. Good old club soda.
I'm just saying.
Funny stuff. You know what? I'll take some bitters too. Do we have an old-fashioned style bitters over there? I'll just take the chocolate. Chocolate bitters works fine.
I could go get.
Chocolate. There we go. We're gonna throw some chocolate in there just for fun, because this will work fine.
Right.
This will be
How
bitter
many dashes?
enough. 2 dashes. Boom, done. Balm diggity. And that really sounds an awful lot like a Planter's Punch to me, but they're calling it a Collins. Yep.
Combine.
The great thing is you could have a few of these because they last. This will take you a while to get down. And I'm looking for something which is a little lighter right now because I got to get up in the morning and truck myself into the big city tomorrow because that's how my week goes. I switched off days and whatever. We'll make it work. Oh, yeah. But that's a good thing.
What if... All right. Oh. Kruger's in 1935.
Kruger's!
Oh, my gosh. Okay, Kruger's.
Ha-ha.
Alrighty.
Excellent.
Oh, Lisa says I purchased a Victrola.
Victrola. I think Victrola is made in Detroit. And I think it's actually a nicer machine. Oh, that's a good thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Ron says it replaced a Project Debut Carbon, which I didn't like that well. Okay.
Project, actually, I've got a
I don't
Project.
know. I don't know those.
I got a Project.
Oh, Laura, thank you.
Phono preamp that we picked up at a thrift store for like $5. And near the power supply, I plugged in and it worked great. Now, they've been doing tables for a long time. I think it's a German company. And they do well, but I think that some of their entry-level machines are okay, but not fantastic. I mean, right now we're running, like Big Ron should know, we are running a Thorens over there. It's a 318. It's a really great machine, which we've literally had for 33 years. And replaced the belt a couple of times and have actually upgraded the cartridge a couple of times, and that's it. It runs just fine. So if you want vintage, go Thorens. You'll never go wrong.
You don't want me to get started on audio talk.
Yeah.
A song about cats called Elevator Butt. I think that's funny.
Oh boy.
That sounds very Zappa-esque, though. I do have to say.
Elevate the butt. We try to present good information and true information, and of course we have correspondents here who know other things than we do. So when I start talking music, and I might need somebody to fill in, somebody will, which is kind of great.
Is that Emotiva or Emotiva?
I think it's Emotiva.
Emotiva.
Am I wrong? Anyway, yes. And they do amplification. Do they do turntables too?
In 1973, Rotel.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened. That was a few years back, and I think that I've seen the pictures. It was a really nice looking machine, which might have been taken off of like a Hitachi machine that I remember from back in the day.
What?
But
Dime says I miss my days working in the incoming door at Goodwill.
Oh wow!
Can you imagine having that job? Like I was like,
just bring that over here.
I was gonna triage these things.
Let's see. Ting,
one
ting,
for baby,
ting,
two
ting.
for baby. Okay, this for the store. Baby, store. Oh wow.
There you go. Okay, Ron's main name is in Motiva. They advertise. I see their ads coming up on Facebook all the time because I do searches on audio stuff. So like that's happening, and honestly, their stuff looks very basic and good. Although it's not my favorite brand right now of contemporary equipment. My favorite brand is spelled SCHITT. and that's pronounced exactly like you think. And they make like a lot of great little,
And it's like
very
actually...
compact amplifiers.
Hi, Vegas AF. Thank you
And,
for dropping by.
oh, yeah. Vegas as... Yeah, oh, well, I'm not going to say that on
Yay.
there, but definitely. And
I'm going to triage these things.
they also do like these really great like
I do a lot of
headphone
triage.
amps. Like if you have to go to an office and like, well, yeah, but you can like listen to stuff all day. I have a little headphone amp myself that I used in an office for years, and Shit Audio actually does make a great. I just said that. It does make a great headphone amp, as a matter of fact, and they have really nice, clean sounding stuff. Very, very good accolades on that brand online.
Eric says, I think it's better than another one I came up with called, you know, the thing you think of when you think of the thing.
You think you know the thing.
What? I lost track of that sentence halfway through.
I'm still trying. But
thank you, Vegas AF.
Thank you. But I've actually heard very good things about Emotiva, and they have good clean looking stuff. So I can recommend a lot of things, but I would say look into them.
Dime says, then using my half off discount on half off days, landed me a nice Nakamichi tape deck for $10. Oh. Wow. He knows way more about this stuff than I do, and I'm still impressed.
She is impressed. She's heard the name.
I'm
she
still
knows
impressed.
Knock has been making tape equipment since the 60s. In fact, they were the ones who actually made the tape transport that was the first like tape deck that had Dolby built in. I think it was KLH. KLH had an open reel deck that had Dolby. Unfortunately, the first edition of those all had problems, but yeah, these things happen. Eventually, they get into making their own cassette decks, and then they really took off in the 70s. Don't knock the knock, man. Yeah. Nakamichi had both the first cassette deck that could claim to have like super high frequency response back in the mid 70s, but also they had the Nakamichi Dragon, was this crazy bleep cassette deck with all these controls on it. I mean, I've known people who owned a Dragon. I think Ray owns a Dragon. They would make like the ultimate cassette tape, and I think that's all great and fine, but it's a cassette tape, guys. I mean, we have a Yamaha machine over there that is just great. It does everything you need.
I recognize the names.
Is now itself 30 years old.
I recognize the names. I'm not going to lie. There's a part of all of this that sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. But I like, Nakamichi, blah, Thorns, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, you're familiar with the term Akai?
Akai, blah, 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 Akai, da, 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 da. Yeah, like the name brand, like, oh, okay, I hear that. But...
We have a Lafayette brand 8-track recorder over there. Now, I brought this to game day recently. John, how did that sound? You heard like 15 8-tracks on that thing.
John Just says, asking. I bought a 1976 Macintosh MC.
Oh, yeah.
22. Okay. 2200. Is that 2200? Am I saying it right?
2200. That's exactly right.
Years ago. It's in my secondary system.
Macintosh still made in Binghamton. Right. Binghamton's right up Route 17 from us. We really should visit their plant sometime.
I'd do it.
I mean,
I'm game. I'm game.
You would love Mac stuff because it's got these big, like, blue dials in the front. It looks pretty, and it's just that stuff is.
Are you calling me shallow?
No, I'm just saying that, like, you know,
I'm kidding.
Ugly equipment belongs in nobody's system.
No.
But like they have these like big glass face plates, and the stuff still looks like it used to.
Make another drink. Lisa says, "Make another drink." You know what? I don't want to get too plastered, so I'm going to go grab me an old man beer and see what I can make of it.
Well, let's see what we can do.
I'll be right back.
There are things to do.
Yes.
But definitely.
Okay, so
there's a vote for not being very expensive. It is. It always has been. If you look at the prices back in the 50s, it was not cheap then. But neither was Fisher, neither was Scott, neither was Harman Kardon, neither was Marantz. And that stuff from that period is still highly collectible.
I'll take
Although you can clone those and do just as well these days. I'll
take a highball glass if you don't mind.
And we have a vote for the 8-tracks. John said they sounded
great.
Joe thought that like the 8 of who was it? Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
It sounds like the Laurie Anderson piece where she's been stuttering in Japanese. That's kind of how I feel when I talk audio.
Bye, John. So glad to see you.
We have good night, John. All right, I have a Yingling. I never heard of Yingling until I moved east.
Yes.
So if you don't know it, you can be forgiven.
One of the oldest breweries in the United States. They are based in Pennsylvania.
Night, Laura.
And they still make beer. They have
All right,
great stuff.
I'm gonna amp up my
Crank up your Pilsner
Golden
there.
Pilsner.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Dime has the R202. That's actually a really good deck. Yeah. Knock actually was specialized in making like kind of cranked up decks that would deliver higher fidelity, and they had a little competition. There was who am I thinking of? There was a Swiss company that made these crazy decks.
Yingling from Pennsylvania.
You know, cassette decks, and there was Tandberg. Tandberg made some really great cassette decks. I used to have one, but I gave it away.
This has turned into hardcore audio talk.
Oh, seriously.
Which is okay with me. Don't get me wrong. It's okay with me. I'm just saying that I might be like a little bit like la 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 la.
So Ron, we actually have a Fisher 800B in the cellar, which I use as my work machine, which I restored.
Good job, David.
Which is just an awesome machine. That is the best receiver I've ever heard. That will pull in anything. Absolutely amazing. And it's a great
David
AM
says,
receiver.
I purchased a Pioneer 780 rec on eBay for $75. It didn't work. I fixed it and sold it for $1,200.
Hello.
Well done.
A little repair makes it happen, man.
Congratulations. I love
simple.
that.
Revox, yes, thank you.
Lulu was audio too.
I think back in the day it was like
audio.
Nakamichi, Revox, Tandberg. Those were like the absolute crazy ass like cassette decks back in the day.
Still waiting for a highball glass.
Okay, coming.
All right. Seriously, Amy, that's what I was saying earlier. This all sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. The blah 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 780 blah 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 yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, great.
Well, Amy,
awesome.
Amy, if you need a new cassette deck, talk to us. We can probably find something for you.
Do you need a new cassette deck, Amy?
I actually got a new cassette deck to somebody recently who was very happy, and it's
I'm
a really good machine.
I'm sure they were.
There's a ton of stuff out there on the secondary market right now. There's a lot of speakers, a lot of amplifiers.
A lot of stuff on the secondary market, in case you were wondering.
I go up on Marketplace, Facebook, and just check out things sometimes. People have some pretty inflated ideas of what their stuff is worth, but if you wait around for a while, but there's actually some really nice equipment going up there for pretty cheap comparatively.
I'm going to
copy.
I'm gonna
paste.
Yep, I got this. All right.
Drinky 3.
This is gonna be Drinky 5, actually. Not for me. I haven't had 5 drinks. I haven't had 5 drinks. Okay.
This is my second, as a matter of fact. So that means you've had 2.5.
But you had ghost pepper. Whatever.
That's true.
Anyway.
I did have ghost pepper.
Do you?
It was very good on the throat. We're just saying.
All right. I'm gonna go back to StreamYard.
I don't know. Like
all right. You gotta catch up. You gotta catch up.
Yes.
All right.
Broken cassette deck. Well, maybe it's fixable, and maybe you just need a new machine. Who knows?
Can you fix that?
I don't know. Depends on what it is. Sometimes they're worth fixing. Sometimes they're really not.
I just had a thought. What is the measure of? Is this 3/4 of an ounce? I need one that's a 1/2 ounce.
That's not this.
3/4 is.
That is this.
Not cool. It's too much.
That's not cool.
That's not cool, man.
Funny.
All right. I'm going to do 1/2 ounce.
Mom getting console stereo.
Ooh, I love that.
Oh, funny.
Oh my gosh, you got to go back. We're
Yeah.
missing so many good comments. All right, 1/2 ounce of...
Oh, Revox is Consumer Studer. Yeah. That's actually kind of like how...
Consumer Studer.
There's TIAC and there's Tascam.
And there's Consumer Studer.
Yeah. We actually have a TIAC open roll deck over there. I
ounce.
don't have any Tascam equipment,
For
though.
Angelico. You know what? I'm going to do something goofy. Did you bring the spray over?
I did.
It is,
absolutely.
Oh my god, I'm so sticky.
Super sticky.
Oh, this is going to be good. It's going to sound really weird and stupid, but it's going to be really good.
Don't worry about weird and stupid, because we do weird and stupid for lunch over here.
We love our weird and stupid. We really should trademark that. Velveteen Lounge, weird and
Weird
stupid.
and stupid.
All right.
Hey, look, we listen to good music. We mix good drinks. We have a fantastic lounge. Come on over sometime.
I'm also, we
Actually,
would love it if you came over, Pepper Tree.
Please, no.
All right, so I'm going to do a
Greet you anytime.
half ounce of blue curacao. I know it sounds weird and stupid.
Simple fact is that you're here tonight. You're already here. There you go.
Hey, but
Think
it would
about
be
it.
better if you were here in
Fantastic.
person. All right.
Mhm.
Why am I handing you that?
Mhm.
All right.
I don't know.
Half ounce Frangelico, half ounce blue curacao. I'm going to do a half ounce of fresh lemon juice.
Ron's got a 6 cassette changer from Pioneer.
Oh my gosh.
There was a Norelco one from early 70s that's really cool because it's got this little like slide where the cassette slides down, pops in, and goes, and then gets ejected.
I'm going to
Pretty cool thing. And Norelco actually invented cassette, so there you go.
fill with my
There's
old man
Phillips.
beer, and it's going to be super green when I'm done.
Night, Peter.
Night, Peter. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's going to match my dress.
Awesome
I'm
green.
going to wait for the head to die down.
You don't want too much head.
That's not even nearly as dirty as what
As
we've
has been the
talking
rest of the
about.
night,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yep, not even nearly.
You're saying is laying off.
Good
so-
night,
Hello, hello, hello.
Peter. Yay. Thank you for joining us.
Pepper Tree always has Frangelico and really wants to get to the lounge.
We would love that.
If you are wending your way east for any
Yes.
reason, perhaps you're,
Don't win without a stop here.
don't want them to stop. You know, perhaps you're actually madman. Perhaps you're driving cross
It's a
country.
commercial.
Perhaps you have a reason to be in Boston, and perhaps you need to be around in the generalized area, etc., etc. Let us know.
Well,
Let's see what it
since
is.
we are right off of I-84, if you were headed to Boston or you were headed to New York City, you could branch to Boston or New York City.
Pretty easy to get to us
Philadelphia.
from those parts. We actually, of course, had a band
Look at
last
this.
year stop in and do a set here because they were playing a gig around the corner.
It's so green.
So our friend Marty actually set that up, and they played here. And they had a really great time. And then they
Oh my
went and
God.
played at the Redneck Bar.
That
and
was
it
so
was
funny.
like seeing the Sex Pistols tour of the United States. It was crazy. So,
This is so good.
Oh.
If you're dialing it down,
it's a good
highly
place to be.
recommend.
I was about to grab an old man beer myself, but then I found that...
Dime, we would love
Collins-
it. Anyone, if you're watching now and you're driving
Ooh,
by,
that's good. Hello.
let us know. We would love to see you. Dime,
Please.
we would love to have you here. Anyone,
Please.
yes. Oh my God,
Old
it's so
bands.
funny.
No, it's too good.
So good. All right.
I mean,
I'm going to,
we can actually opine on a number of topics of which we know. I mean, we do good food and drink around here all the time. There's no reason to have bad either in your house. I mean, people will talk about, well, I really like the martinis at that place. I'm like, well, a martini is 2 ingredients, so you should be able to make that yourself. I'm just saying. But if you want to do like, I want to do a zombie at home, well, you need to buy a few things, but you can do it. It's not that crazy. And if you want to, like, oh, I want to, like, you know, I want to have better audio at home. Well, we can talk about that because there are some pretty simple things you can do that would really improve things. And your home should be your castle, should be your lounge, should be all of this.
yes.
Should be a lot of fun. Should be good stuff, you know. I hope you're watching good things because there's some great stuff. There is more content now than ever. We are among that trend.
Oh,
So-
thank you. Pepper Tree, we would love to. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, seriously.
We would love to. We got 3 hours. Wait, what? Oh, mercy, what?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, where are you going?
Just asking because I'm going to be in the big city.
I would drive to New York Airport to see you.
So where are you going to be? Let me know and we'll talk.
Yes.
Because after that, it's Friday and I don't care. So,
Oh,
No.
Eric, I'm amazed that your sense of humor is working too.
oh, yeah. Oh, seriously. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hearts out to you, my friend.
oh
Absolutely.
Gettysburg Ram says I'll be in Binghamton in April.
April.
Oh.
Well,
All right, let's.
see if you can visit Macintosh.
Mercy,
That's hilarious.
you're going to be just at the airport because
Wow.
I could possibly park. Like, what?
Hmm. See you in June. But definitely. And
I am the neck, and I drive Errol like he's a horse. Oh,
just
I
asking
hope
about
so
things.
too, Eric. Yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We've been under the weather for like about 10 days.
2 weeks today for me, but I'm so much better. I just can't sing yet, which is frustrating because I need to record a song.
Yes, but you're getting there. You're getting there. Ahimsa, ahimsa, namaste, wusa. All of those things. We try.
Yeah, I'm getting healthy.
But we try to make
June
things
will be here
happen.
before you know it. Amen to that.
Please.
I know.
Please. We have correspondence here coming from the upper Midwest, and I'm like, it's pretty cold right now, guys. But it's going to improve within no time at all.
Hi, Brooklyn. Good to see you. Yay!
Hello, Brooklyn.
I'm glad you dropped by.
Yes,
Yay.
absolutely.
I'm happy you could make it too.
More elderberry. Ah!
More elderberry. And hi, Chaz. Good to see you.
You should try the
I
elderberry
don't think
wine.
I've said hi to you, so hi.
Yeah. Oh,
The Old Man Beard Challenge.
Lisa loves the Old Man Beard
We
Challenge.
need to do, perhaps as soon as next week,
The Old Man Beard Challenge live.
the live Old Man Beard Challenge.
We can do it. We have Old Man Beer available. I try to vary it up every year so it's not just this repetitive thing. You're not trying to take the same challenge all the time. Last year, I finally decided to take the dive and do the Old Man Malt Liquor Challenge.
Oh, God.
And
How
for
did you do?
Pete's sake, I didn't have 4 Old Man Malt Liquors to choose from.
Oh, but did you take the challenge yourself?
Me?
Yes.
I did not take that challenge, but I have done it in the past, and boy, am I terrible. But I know. I know! The fact is, I really tanked it because I should have done the Malt Liquor Challenge years ago, because by the time I did it, we no longer had available Heaven Refer. Oh.
Heaven Wrecker?
Yeah, that just really killed it. That would have been 4 malt liquors, which really would have sold it. But I had 3. So people had better chances, and several people actually scored big. Well, you know what? That's good too. People like to get some dingers. So I was kind of glad with that.
The best I've ever done in the Old Man Beard Challenge was 2 out of 4. And that was pure luck. That was pure guessing. Because last year I didn't get a single one right.
Oh,
Which
boy.
is just like, yeah, whatever.
I'm certain I've done 50%, but that's probably
that's just luck. It's just luck.
Yeah, my topper
yeah.
right there. I really, really try.
No.
But the fact is that we have competitors who come in every year and they're like, I can totally take this down. And they just like try them and they're like, this is it. And I'm like, 1 out of 4. And they're just like so incensed that like
I need a redo. Do over.
Well, you can always take it again, you know. I just think like people will do this, and I'm like, I'm going to take away
My palate wasn't awake.
I'm going to take away your union card because you couldn't get the Old Man Beer Challenge. We also had musicians take
Wait,
it
what?
and fail 0 out of 0, and then take it again and fail again 0 out of 0.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am, yes, 100% yes, Gettysburg Ma'am. So,
Okay.
just give us the link. Yeah, anything you want to
Drop it in.
give us, let us know. If you want to drop anything in, please do it.
If our viewers
yes,
simply need to
yes.
visit your store and say VLK and get $5 off,
Oh,
then that works from this end. If it works for you.
yeah. Yes, whatever
So-
you want to, yeah. So if you
everybody here, of course, like Gettysburg is making product and is selling it.
she
You
makes
can visit her store.
gorgeous earrings.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
cool.
So,
Custom
if you want to
stuff,
drop
really
a link,
great.
go for it. And if you want to send us a link that we can promote, go for that too.
Please.
Send us pictures, whatever, and we will absolutely do that.
Absolutely
Because you're aces in our book.
No, just her product is so good. You got to check this stuff out, people. I love this log here. You can do old wino challenge with Mad Dog and Thunderbird.
If we can get them. That's the thing. Like, it's so hard to get bad wine these days.
It's
I
crazy.
realize no one's ever going to say that, but it's, you usually hear people saying it's so hard to get good wine these days. Like, no, it's so hard to get bad wine these days.
Because you don't have Ripple on the market any longer. You don't have, what's the other one that's off the market? I think Wild Irish Rose is still out there. And
thank you. Yeah, Gettysburg Man, go for it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
please, drop that in.
100%, please.
Mad Dog is available in, I think, 6 flavors.
Wild.
All of them bad.
Wild Irish Rose. I think
terrible.
you can still do Wild Irish Rose, though.
I'm not 100% sure on T-Bird. Is T-Bird still around? Because T-Bird is basically white port and lemon juice commercial product.
Last time I looked into Thunderbird, which that sounds so wrong. It was for a Velveteen Lounge episode.
It was.
I'm not just like trying to find out where I can buy Thunderbird.
I'm not trying to find out where I can buy a Thunderbird.
For my own enjoyment.
My own avocation. I'm just asking about Thunderbird anyway.
Enjoy a good Thunderbird. No. I was looking into where you could buy it for an episode. And it seemed like it was only available like in the Pacific Northwest or so. It was like someplace we could not possibly get it.
Why the hell is
Boone's
T-Bird not available everywhere?
WPLJ, yes.
The W is the white. The P is the port. The L is the lemon. The J is the juice. White port and lemon juice. Oh, what's it gonna do to you?
Carlo Rossi, yes.
1.5 gallons.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
We've been known to have some Rossi.
I tell you.
Youth is life's down payment.
It just makes me think of like the craze in the 1980s for wine coolers. It's like, is that just WPLJ?
All right.
Writ small.
Focus for a second.
Oh, for
please.
what?
Lisa says, can we know which ones you do next time so we can play along?
Sure.
Yes. And if you want to do an old man beer challenge, we can let you know that ahead of time too.
It would be great if we could figure out what is available in your neck of the woods. This can be tough.
We need to find things that are available nationwide.
I mean, that's gonna limit us to like Pabst products.
I just keep seeing people are just like posting Zima, Reuniti.
Rando stuff. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. Well, I remember
John
Zima.
says I bought Rossi for the glass and dumped all of the wine. See, you could have made a sangria out of
Hey,
that.
nice glass you got there, dude. Absolutely.
Oh, Bill says, I think here in Modesto we can still get a lot of off-market gallows. Oh my God, off-market gallows. You're just singing Glendora's song right there.
Gallo makes a truly frightening amount of wine per year. But there's also the fact that all these wineries do, and they have spare product. And what happens? No. That gets offloaded to Bronco Winery, which actually puts it in a box. And what do they call it? Franzi Merlot.
I was going to say Card Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm. They call it Card Bordeaux. And some
Zima,
of that is perfectly
the drink
fine.
that sounds like a disease and toasts like you may have.
Okay. You're making me hack over here.
Zima.
That's damn hilarious.
Oh, I've only tried Zima once. I thought it was awful, but
I tried it once and I thought it was slightly underpowered.
Yeah.
You know? That's a real problem with that.
Wine coolers morphed into hard teas. You are correct.
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you got all that stuff. Hard tea. And then there's suddenly all of this, like hard seltzer. Hard seltzer. You mean you took a seltzer and you added a shot to it?
Bronco may become a
that's what I did
before long. Oh. Inside information.
Hello. Shh. Not going to say anything.
I can make some bad wine. If there's a market, I'll give you the next Rockefeller. Oh, no.
Somebody said Night Train.
Zima and Jolly Ranchers. Oh, no. Night Train.
Oh, man. Night Train, of course, is a fantastic piece of music. And my favorite album cover of all time.
Is that the one that's like
That's the stripper version of that, yes.
Okay.
There's a Night Train
Why do I know
version by Buddy Morrow. And I think he had a hit with it around 1951. But then there's a late 50s record that is just the most beautiful record cover ever made. It's so cool.
I think I know the one you mean.
Yeah. Yes, just
It's
great.
like got a misty shot of a train.
Train car.
Yes,
Just like
I know the one you
Chicago
mean.
stockyard.
Yep, I know the one
It
you
is
mean.
so cool.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's a great version by the James Brown Band. You know, back in the 60s, that was like their standard. They would just slip in a night train and go. Very cool. And were they talking about the bum wine? I don't know. But probably.
Bum wine. Are you all familiar with bum wine? Because if you're not, I'm going to share the link with you right now.
I suspect that you should go grab that and drop it on people so that they know. If you're not actually well versed in all of these places where you can find fun stuff dealing with liquor.
These people have not.
Cisco, T-Bird, Wild Irish.
They haven't kept up with, like, they did. I will say that they have kept up their domain, but I remember that when that owner of Bronco died. Okay, so the people who have the bum wine, I'm going to drop it on both platforms. Okay, that was. Hold on.
Yeah, give us a second.
Did I drop it both places?
We'll drop that on you. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop it on. Oh, I did drop it both. I love StreamYard. I dropped it one place and I put it both places.
Ping!
Doesn't go ship there's tankers.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
Train cars.
I seem to remember Night Train playing when Flip Wilson making an interest. Oh,
we gotta check that out.
All right, Geraldine. Yeah.
Watch it, sucker.
Oh my God, I'm so happy with StreamYard right now.
Definitely.
And it's like, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I love StreamYard.
It's actually working very well for us tonight, and I hope it continues to
Hi,
do so.
Gene. Yay!
Hey, Gene.
Thank you for joining us. So good to see you.
Fantastic.
Hey.
Absolutely great to see you here.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
We're still rocking.
Oh, I know.
You got a whole drink over there. I'm out. What am I going to do? Oh,
this needs to be my last.
What am I going to do?
I'm just saying, this needs to be my last.
It should be my last. But I still have access to a large bottle of Myers, so.
What are you doing?
I'm just filling up the
glass. What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm filling up the glass.
So, I need help naming some drinks.
An ounce or so, maybe an ounce and a half or so.
We are feeling better. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much better.
Yeah, much appreciated. Because it was like, this stuff these days, you get a damn head cold, and it's like.
I know. I tested negative.
I
tested negative for COVID 3 times, so it wasn't COVID, but.
No.
But honestly, the times I've had COVID, my symptoms were better than this last thing.
But you get a head cold.
Whatever that was.
It's like some other coronavirus has knocked me for a loop.
Yeah, I had COVID twice, and it was not nearly as bad as what I've had the last 2 weeks. So.
Yeah. Hot stuff coming through.
Did you get rid of the iceberg in there?
Nope.
Still there?
It's still burning.
Right.
So I need a little bit of sweet stuff.
Eric says, does this sound like a Frank Zappa title? The flatulent feet of the femme fatale fiend.
Yes, it does.
What would you like?
I'll take the Curacao. Thank you. Yeah. Lisa's Perry Mason song. Always thought that was a stripper song. Actually, it really does sound like that. As I recall.
Right.
Okay, give me just a little bit of this business. I threw some sour in there.
All right, I need some help naming some drinks. So let's name drinks.
Shall we? I got some seltzer to throw in there. This is good. I want like a tall, cool one.
Back in the day when you got the grip. I know.
Oh, la grip.
I feel like whatever colds, like, I don't know what they call it now, but it's so much more virulent than it used to be.
Maybe we're just getting to that age. And it's kind of heavy. But it's a
Amy,
pain in the neck.
Your secret is safe with us.
Never.
I know. Like, whatever I've had in the last couple of weeks is so much worse than the Rona. And I had the Rona twice. And it's like, it was not nearly that bad. All right, so let's name some drinks. I'm going to crowdsource this. Oh, Lisa always calls Mike's Hard Lemonade Hard Mike's Lemonade. Oh, I bet Mike likes that. Oh, jeez, that's hilarious. Oh. I know, it's like, it's crazy. There's so much stuff going around now. People are like, oh, you have the RSV. I'm like, well, actually, I don't know what I have, but...
Can't tell you.
Yeah, I can't even say. All right. Okay. Oh, he brought pretzels. Thank you. All right.
Did.
We got to name... I named the first one 2 Blue Nuts. All right. The second one has... Let's name it. 2 ounces dark Jamaican rum. 1/3 of an ounce hazelnut liqueur. 1/3 of an ounce curacao. Not blue. Just regular curacao. 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice. 5 dashes Feed Brothers toasted almond bitters. 5 dashes Hella Mexican chocolate bitters. Name that drink.
Delicious nut bar.
Da, 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 da. Delicious nut bar. That's a good one. Carly's Stallwinker. I'm not going to name it that, but that's hilarious.
Wanker. Toasty nuts.
Toasty nuts. All right.
There we go.
Gettysburg Man named it.
Done. Toasty nuts.
Toasty nuts.
On a chilly, chilly night, when you get a fire burning, stand close to the fire, you'll have toasty nuts.
All right. We got more. We got more to name.
But wait, there's more.
All right. Paul's hot and spicy thing.
Fiery nuts?
Pardon me. All right, you just named it. Fiery nuts. All right. I won't even show it.
No. We could
Fiery nuts.
Cross-source this, so I just named it and we're done.
Let's see how many patrons we lose.
It was pretty. Patrons are not going to abandon us because of fiery nuts. They've already established that.
All right, I got another one to name.
Right, Drinky 5.
All right, Drinky 5. 1/2 ounce hazelnut liqueur. 1/2 ounce blue curacao. Oh, that is why it's kind of green.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice, chilled old man beer. Name that drink. Nuts on the beach. That's a good one. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Whatchamacallit. Oh. What goes great with sweaty balls. I think there's a drink called sweaty balls, actually.
Eric, you're now banned.
Windex. Oh, man.
Windex is actually already a drink. And it's horrible. It's just god-awful bad. Why do people do this? But yes.
I'm gonna go with nuts on the beach for this one. But save these ideas because
please. Next.
We'll be back. We'll be in touch.
We'll see you in no time at all.
Nuts on the beach. All right. We have named those drinks.
Good to have.
So good.
Thank you so much, folks.
Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't.
This is really terrible English, and you really want to go to the M&M Mars Company and pound them flat.
Windex is also known as the Tinselteeny. Oh, the worst drink we've ever made, the Tinselteeny.
Oh, yeah. It was bad. And you know what?
Bad.
It was not great to start with, but the bitters took it over the edge. And it was terrible. Listerine
with a scoped identity crisis. That has to be like super minty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Remember, some years back, I formulated the Vicks Formula 44 cocktail. And it was a really good imitation of Vicks. It was not terrible.
It was kind of terrible.
In my estimation. It really was a good imitation of Vicks. And many people have actually taken a shot of Vicks to fall asleep and been like, ooh, that was awful. Yeah, well, it was. It really was. But we actually made that happen, and the color was spot on, I gotta say. It was like the color of that, what you got right there. Boom, yeah. That's about right. Yeah.
It's really good.
Having done my share of cough drops over the past week or so, I'm like, I'm thinking of Vicks. I'm thinking of Vicks.
Probably could have cleaned your streaky glass. It was bad.
Well, you know.
The Tinselteeny has become legendary. I know. I wish Lori's was here because
Yeah.
she just, yeah,
Kind of pioneered
she
that
was
whole
there.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. It was bad.
Kind of pioneered that whole imitation of Vicks.
Imitation of Vicks.
Imitation of Vic sounds like imitation of Vic Bergeron. Now that's another imitation to think about right there.
Right?
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Hilarious.
He brought pretzels. This is not my fault.
Yeah. Sorry. Gonna eat a little bit right now. Trying to keep it going. Thinking of bad cocktails, bad cocktail names, all that sort of thing. Yeah. But
Probably, well, the Tinselteeny was the worst.
It was
But we've
terrible.
made some bad ones since
terrible.
then, too.
we have. Although, honestly, the most terrible things I've made since that time have been other people's formulas.
Oh, yeah. No, they were classics.
Yeah.
Classics.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
When I decided to actually say, like, look, I'm going to tackle some of the names that are kicking around out there that I think look terrible. Let's see what they're like. And I made the slow...
Harry Von Zell.
Harry Von Zell. Man.
Oh, man.
Well, not too long ago, I made the slow, comfortable screw up against the wall,
Oh.
which was terrible. Terrible. Bad. God damn cocktail.
The Tinselteeny was horrible.
But, like, I actually made that cocktail. What was it? It was not even a cocktail. It was a highball. And I put it aside, and then I went back to it, and I tried it. I'm like, it's still bad. And I went back to it a half an hour later. It's still bad. And when I went back to it 45 minutes later, this is the worst thing I've ever had. It was not good.
It was not worse than the Tinselteeny, though.
At the end of the day, what we do here is try the stupid sounding cocktails so you don't have to.
Well, honestly, you don't have to anyway, but...
You don't have to anyway. But we will prototype these things and see where they are. And the simple fact is, we also try these things and say, could we improve this? And usually we do. Because we're here for you. We're trying to make these things actually taste better.
To be honest, sometimes it's a low bar.
Sometimes usually it's an extremely low
The
bar.
Nutty Suppressor. Hi, Twin Tiki.
Hey, Twin.
Good to see you. Yay. The Nutty Suppressor. That's a good one, too.
The Tinselteeny would not sober anybody up. Although you would try it and you'd probably...
Well, it would sober you up because you would be like, I'm not finishing this.
Yes.
So if this is
Yes,
what's on offer, I'm done.
That's what I'm thinking. You'd say, not going to happen, not going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Time
Yeah.
for something else. Oh, the only thing left is tea. Great, fine.
Mhm.
I'll have that.
Done.
I like the Nutty Suppressor. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh
true.
boy. There's a whole conversation going on. It's good. Yeah. I'm not going to get in the middle of this.
Talk amongst yourselves. Formulate cocktails where you see them. If they're not cocktails, formulate highballs. I am drinking a highball. It has no bitters.
I like that. I am drinking a highball. It sounds like a 50s instructional film. I am drinking a highball.
This is not a cocktail, people. This is a highball. So,
Any plans for Valentine's Day?
not yet.
You may not know this,
However,
although I will apprise you. Valentine's Day is my birthday.
hello.
I was born on Valentine's Day.
This one has a specific
So-
relation to V-Day. We're going to do something, people.
I don't know. I was thinking about that. What are we going to do for my birthday?
Well, we
What day is it? Let's find out. What day of
figure
the
that
week is it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay,
that's correct.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
I love that my birthday is Valentine's. It's a Tuesday. Seems like my birthday's always on a Tuesday. I don't know why that is.
They can't be always on a Tuesday.
I love that my birthday is Valentine's Day. Makes me very happy. that being said, every place jacks up their prices on Valentine's Day. So I like to stay home on my birthday and do something festive, and then we'll go out another day when they haven't jacked up the prices.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We will probably not do too much on the day except perhaps a broadcast.
Oh.
So we'll go from there.
Wait, hold on. Am I missing?
Nope. Got the parts.
I'll save that tinseltini for drunk VLK patrons who need to sober up.
Ah!
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. So, and it does fall on a Tuesday. So, I don't know. I was thinking about that, like, what can we do that's festive, but not insane because we have film festivals to enter.
We could probably actually do a broadcast.
No, well, we'll do one the day after.
Okay.
But because, they talk about it's your birthday month. So really I get the whole month for my birthday. But yeah. I don't know yet. But I want to do something festive and go live and not go crazy on Valentine's Day because they jack up the prices.
Mother has a good selection.
What? Oh, grill. That's a good idea. Grilling is a great idea.
We can do that. It's a good thing.
Wait, how come YouTube didn't flag you for using jack up and Valentine's Day in the same sentence?
Yeah, seriously.
That's a good question. If it's Tuesday, this must be... I love that movie. If it's Tuesday, this must be Belgium. That's
really
such
cool.
a great movie. Errol is screaming for help right now, but no one can hear him. Thank goodness.
I'm sorry, Errol. We're all watching here.
The tinseltini was terrible.
It was not good.
Not good.
It was not good for really good reasons. And if I could find the original formula and make it for you right now.
Oh, Amy says I have the same problem because everyone celebrates the Ides of March and the prices are crazy. Oh my gosh, it's like Mardi Gras too. Yeah. Is Earl having a tech support flashback?
Probably.
I have to.
Many are having a tech support flashback.
Okay.
Yeah. Chew.
Pardon me.
Chew, swallow.
I apologize.
I've been doing that myself for some time.
So gross.
But yes.
Okay.
Anyway. Please to deliver.
Just wash this down.
I would like to take some fluid, please. Thank you very much. Yes, of course.
All right.
Okay.
Paul needs to wake up early.
I do.
So.
You need to wake up early enough.
I also love Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I do too.
Mwah.
Yay.
Please.
All right, so we need to wind this down because Paul has to wake up early.
Yeah, I do. Damn it. I gotta
Darn.
get into the big city.
Darn work.
Darn work! Yeah, but.
No. As Prince would say, how many birthdays do you have? One, because every year after is just an anniversary of that first day. Oh, I love that.
Anniversary.
Oh, nobody celebrates the Ides of March because they're busy celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Well, we will now.
Talk to the Shakespeareans, and they will tell you otherwise.
Damn that adulting crap. Dime says, I agree. And we will see you next Wednesday. Yay!
It
okay, all right.
On this platform with our new equipment, which is working rather well.
I'm so excited. So much less drama.
Look, people, you have been with us for 2 hours. You know how to support us.
2 hours-ish.
We still have cocktail glasses available if you would like them.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Here comes
Glendora.
the sales pitch.
Yeah, here comes the sales pitch. We still have towels. I'm not going to pull those out. The towels are available.
They're buried.
We still have records. Let us know if you would like to sponsor us via Patreon. That is still available, of course. Always. And that's my sales pitch. We're so thankful you could join us
Yes.
for a couple of hours on a Tuesday.
Thank you.
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
It is
on
Wednesday.
a Wednesday. Fantastic. Good
My
stuff.
birthday's on Tuesday.
That's what threw me. And I'm so glad you could be with us here today.
Yes, thank you. So fun being with all
Man.
of you too. So please enjoy her week. Have a great weekend.
Absolutely.
And we will.
And it's so cool that you could actually like be with us through all
I
these
set him up, but he didn't
various
take it to the finish line.
permutations and whatnot. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comments.
Wait, Ellen Waite's merch is fun. Oh, thank you. Yes. Ellen Waite's merch is for sale. Oh.
Pardon.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Oh, thank you. Lisa says, are we going to get a king cake this year? We can do that. We got time for that.
I have hiccups. I'm sorry. Ooh, I really do. But as always, it is fantastic.
He has the hiccups.
And we, as always, will see you soon.
Good night.